laugh at that Bruce Lee quote. Not laugh, but like, be like water. And it's so true. It's like, be like water. He says if you pour water into a cup, the water becomes the cup. You put it in a bottle, the water becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, the water becomes the teapot. Be like water. It's basically just telling you to adapt. You know, like do what you have to do to not cause friction in your environment and serve your purpose while still serving your purpose. You know, not adapt and conform in a way where you're compromising who you are, because the water is still going to be water regardless of where it is. But do it in a way where it doesn't cause friction, because you can put the water into the bottle, and if the bottle is shaped in a weird way, you freeze it, you tip it upside down, the ice cannot come out. Friction, you know what I mean? Friction. But you just adapt. Like if you're on land, you run it. If you're on water, you swim it. You get thrown in the sky, you gotta be prepared to fly. You know what I mean? You know, like we put limits on ourselves. You know, and a lot of the times we get in our way and we make things harder for us. We make it harder for us by the things we do or don't do, how we think or don't think. And a lot of the time it's pride and ego. Oh yeah, pride and ego. You know that pride and ego thing? It's literally a battle with yourself. If you can master your pride and ego, that's mastery right there. Yeah, I can't really see too much that you can't achieve once you've mastered pride and ego. You know, there's something about pride and ego that just keeps us primitive. You know, it's proper primitive. Pride and ego will fuck you up. You know, there are times where pride and ego is useful. Even a little bit of delusion is useful. But not really in a lot of real life situations. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking about from a combat, fighting, martial arts perspective, then yeah, pride and ego, you know, a little bit of delusion, it works, it's needed, it's necessary, to be honest. But in like real life situations, away from those abnormal situations, because to have a fight with someone, that's not a normal situation. You know, that is a very, very different situation. So you have to be a very, very different person, human being. You know, you have to just be different. Your chemistry, your physiology, your mentality has to be very, very different. But yeah, be like water. Adapt, adapt, adapt. You know, so many people want to do things and do it their way. And I'm not saying that you can't do it your way to a degree, but man, if you don't, you know, survey, assess your environment, your way is going to get in your way. Your way is going to get in your way, especially if the environment isn't owned, run, or governed by you. If it's your environment, if you control your environment, then cool. But if you don't control the environment, then you need to do some work. If not on the environment, then to yourself, so you can navigate and prosper in that environment. Do you know what I mean? All of that ego shit, pride, doesn't serve you at the end of a long day most of the time. It just doesn't. It's actually a hindrance. Because all that does really is allow someone else to control, manipulate you, and you give them the power to push your buttons. You give them the remote control. Literally, you give them the remote control. No one's supposed to have remote control. Not anyone. You know what I mean? Like, put it this way. Letting people believe they have remote control is very different for them. Very different to them actually possessing the remote control. Yeah, there's a lot of people that believe in that. You know what I mean? But then, if it's not true, what they believe, what they've allowed themselves to believe, then that's delusion and ego. Do you see how this works then? Do you see where I'm getting at here? Be like water. Be like water. It's so simple. You know, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the ways that we can literally learn a bit more by watching nature and animals and shit. I swear to you, if you study nature and study like the ecosystems and the systems that other animals have in place instinctively, they take the emotion out of it. Take all the emotion out of it. They instinctively have a system. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's so chaotically organized that it depends on who's looking at it that will see it as chaos. It just depends. You know, like, you would imagine, like, you know, when you listen to something or you hear something when you was younger, right? And then you process it because of your life experiences. You listen and you hear it and you process it differently. And then when you grow up and you hear the same thing, and you're like, whoa, is that what was said? Is that what that was about? Because you've had a bit more life experience. You know what I mean? You listen, you understand, and you process it differently. So the same thing I feel about all of these quotes that we hear, and even just studying animals and watching animals, especially the apex animals. Do you know what I mean? The animals is like top of the food chain. You can learn a lot from them. You know, how they systematically have a system that looks like unorganized chaos. It looks chaotic, but it's not. Because it works. It's functional. And they thrive. You know, a lot of the times when they stop thriving is because humans start hunting and meddling. That's when stuff starts to go wrong. Yeah. But yeah. And the animals, if you really check it, they're being like water. You know, like bears and stuff. They're out here doing their barely things, living their bare necessity best life, yeah. when it gets to winter, they do their thing and they hibernate. They're like, you know what? There's nothing for us out here. So they have a system where they can hibernate. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're basically saying, I'm not fighting all year round. I'm not doing this all year round. You know what I mean? Like, we need to rest and recuperate and regenerate. So we're gonna go get our little nutrition. We're gonna go get our little packed lunch. You know what I mean? We're gonna stock up, fill up, and we're gonna just take 3 months off. Do you know what I mean? And trust me, studying animals, studying nature. You know, even like look at life cycles, like in the sense of like trees. You know, like there's the spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Do you know what I mean? Like when they regenerate in the spring, thrive in the summer, because that's where all the nutrients is. They start to die in the autumn. They're dead in the winter and regenerate in the spring. It's not even like be like water at this point. It's like be like nature. It's like be like nature. You know what I mean? But we're out here listening to these smart, intelligent idiots that are telling us a whole lot of intelligent, stupid shit, using big words to confuse us, where we could just go sit down in a forest somewhere and learn more about stuff than listening to these intelligent arsehole idiots. Do you know what I mean? Using big words to confuse you guys, not me. So, sorry, that was a humble brag. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. That was disrespectful. But yeah, out here chasing stuff that is so not important. You know what I mean? I got my Amiri t-shirt and Amiri belt and shit. Like, that's priorities. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Don't think a lion is looking for Amiri anything. You know what I mean? They're clearly looking for their next meal and to repopulate their pride. Do you know what I mean? Leaving their legacy. About looking for designers and shit. Okay, we bought an expensive piece of cloth. Amazing, well done, man. An expensive piece of cloth. Well done, you. I'm happy for you. Do you know what? Really and truly, if it makes you happy, you do your thing. Huh? Do you know what I mean? But you know, it's crazy, yeah? Like, if you look for your expensive pieces of cloth, yeah, and you're covering it, you're using that to cover up, yeah, respectfully, an unlooked after, unhealthy body. I'm not talking about physique, okay? Like, I'm talking about like you're there putting all types of drugs and alcohol into it, but you're covering it over. And designers is like, okay, so your engine's not working good, but what you're gonna do is go get a new paint job. Well done, you. Well done, you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. The wheels are about to fall off, but you know what? Let's get some rims. Like, you got no air in your tires, but let's buy some new rims. Well done, you. Well done, you. You know what I mean? So, we've lost all attachment to what some real shit is. We've lost all attachment to what really matters. How's your children eating today? But I bet you're online looking at the new Versace or Moschino or whatever's out now. You know what I mean? Wake up and go straight to your phone to see what the new Nike drops are, and the 101s and the colorways. But how's your child eating today? Interesting. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, be like water. Be like nature. adapt circumstances, environment, social circles, adapt, but adapt in a way where it works for you though. Don't just be out here adapting, bending over backwards for someone else. Still, still live up to the function that you're trying to function at the rate and the pace of your function. You know what I mean? Don't speed up or slow down for no one. Don't compromise or add anything for no one unless it suits you. You know what I mean? We need to go back to being selfish. We need to go back to being selfish. Or we're allowed to be selfish. You know what I mean? If I give all to you and I have nothing for me, then what happens then? If I give all to you and leave nothing for me, what happens then? Because you've just been taking. You don't want to give. You've just been taking. You're not trying to give. You don't want to give. You're a taker. So, you know, if we can give, we give. If we can, why not? Like, if we can, why not? Let's give if we can. But if we can't, no. I don't apply to kids, by the way. But even though, like, if you give everything to your kids and you got nothing for yourself, everyone's fucked if they're dependent on you. If they are dependent on you and you give to everything to even your children, everyone is fucked. And I say that, and I probably still would want to and find a way to be like water and adapt. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, there's ways, guys. There's ways. Be like nature. Be like nature. Be like water. Find a way. Find a way. Do you know the powerful thing about water is that, like, Bruce Lee said water can change forms and water can actually crash as well, right? Like, water can do some damage, you know what I mean? Like, obviously over time, but if the water keeps crashing into a wall repetitiously, consistently, the water will erode the wall. Metal. You know what I mean? Like, water is no joke. You know what I mean? But if you get splashed with a little bloop bloop, it will do nothing to you. But if it's consistent and continuous, man, something so soft, something we can actually even drink, if used in a different way, it could ruin your day. You know what I mean? Be like water, be like nature. Anyway, sign this video off. Please, if you like this video, share this video, hit the like, subscribe and all that good stuff. And be like water.